Good evening, everyone, from our Los Angeles studio tonight. California, one of several states that appears to be losing the battle against COVID-19, urgently rushing to try and turn back the clock on reopening, as America's top infectious disease doctor, Anthony Fauci, warned the U.S. could soon hit 100,000 new cases per day, and that the U.S. is not in total control of the pandemic. Tonight, cases going up, hospital capacity going down across America's hard-hit Sun Belt. Our team is in place, and we start tonight with Miguel Almaguer.
Tonight, California is in crisis as the number of confirmed infections across the state soars to 227,000. Nearly half of all those sick live in Los Angeles County, the region now scrambling to reverse course, shutting down reopened beaches, piers, and bars ahead of the 4th of July holiday.
No good news to share. It's just sadness. We're not saving our patients like we want to, even though we're doing everything we can.
One of the first states to lock down, California is now the largest in trouble. Hospitalizations here in LA County are now at a record high, and ICU beds could soon be full.
After scenes like these in Arizona, the governor has now ordered nightclubs, bars, and gyms to shut down, banning groups larger than 50 people. The start of in-person classes are also delayed.
We can't be under any illusion that this virus is going to go away on its own.
Nearly 90% of ICU beds are now occupied, doctors seeing a 25% positivity rate.
That means that most of the people, a lot of the people we're testing are sick. That means there's a lot of people that don't know they're sick and that they're going to end up in the hospital.
With hospitals and hotspots stressed, tonight at least 17 states are reversing or pausing planned reopenings. In Texas, cases increased by nearly 7,000, the highest single-day spike since the pandemic started. Hard-hit New Jersey not proceeding with indoor dining as planned.
We've gone through hell. The last thing we want to do is go through hell again.
Back in California, 28 members of the Garay family contracted COVID. Richard lost his dad just before Father's Day.
You know, the last thing that my dad saw was me suffocating. And I had no chance of telling my dad, like, hey, Dad, I'm okay. Hey, Dad, I'm recovering. And that hurts.
Tonight, the true cost of COVID, measured not by numbers, but families. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
I'm Kristen Dahlgren. A dire warning on Capitol Hill today from the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, calling COVID-19 out of control, predicting the possibility of 100,000 cases a day.
I think it's important to tell you and the American public that I'm very concerned because it could get very bad.
Fauci was joined by the top doctors on the White House Coronavirus Task Force, including CDC Director Robert Redfield, who laid into American Airlines for its decision, along with some other airlines, to begin filling planes to capacity.
I can tell you that when they announced that the other day, obviously, there was substantial disappointment.
American responding that it still has multiple layers of protection in place, including face coverings, enhanced cleaning procedures, and a pre-flight COVID-19 symptom checklist. Today, masks, social distancing, and increased testing were repeatedly touted as vital to controlling the spread. While the pace of testing has doubled since May, experts at Harvard's Global Health Institute say it's not enough, pointing out the U.S. is now testing approximately 500,000 people each day. They say that number should be 1 million or more. The study says only 17 states and D.C. are doing enough testing to keep outbreaks from getting out of control.
We keep hearing from our political leaders that we're doing enough testing, that we're doing too much testing. Not a single public health expert, not in America, not anywhere in the world, believes that America has had the level of testing it has needed to be on top of this virus.
One idea praised by Fauci as a possible solution is pool testing. The idea that swabs from large groups of people in close contact who aren't showing symptoms could be pooled into a single test. If the virus is detected, then each person would be tested individually.
If that test is negative, then you know those 10 people are all negative. So instead of utilizing 10 tests, you've utilized one test.
A new way to dramatically expand testing, and experts hope control the spread. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News.
Despite urgent pleas at that hearing to wear masks, there is still a divide among Americans about whether to require them. And there's new evidence tonight about which kind of face covering works best to slow the spread of the virus. Here's Sam Brock.
Bro, you gotta wear a mask, bro.
Across the country, heated scenes playing out.
I need you out.
A man physically shoving his way into a store without a mask.
I have a breathing problem.
And public shaming after this customer refused to wear one.
We have a right in America not to wear a mask.
But despite some pushback, public officials are increasingly turning to masks to stem the spread of the virus. In Savannah, Georgia, the mayor today mandating masks in all establishments except for churches.
Frankly and honestly, I do not believe that we have any other choice.
Overnight, Jacksonville's mayor requiring face coverings in and outside of buildings. Florida has reported nearly 30,000 cases in 4 days. Governor Ron DeSantis, though, says he won't issue a statewide order. He'll leave it up to cities instead.
We've left it to the locals to make decisions about whether they want to use coercive measures or impose any type of criminal penalties.
But California's governor tonight hinting he'll impose penalties for not following a mask order.
We have a mandate statewide to wear masks. We'll be doing more to focus on enforcement in this state.
On Miami Beach, where a mask requirement kicked in today, we found most people supportive.
We all got family at home. You don't want to take this virus back and it spread.
A new study finds wearing surgical masks or well-fitted homemade masks with multiple layers of fabrics is most effective in stopping the virus's transmission, while bandanas and loose-fitting options do little.
Those masks, even though they're not 100% effective, can go a long ways towards making sure that the virus doesn't spread and you don't catch it.
The CDC recommends if you're out in public around people, you should always wear a mask, except for kids under the age of 2 and anyone who has trouble breathing. Lester?
All right, Sam Brock, thanks. In a rare news conference today from former Vice President Joe Biden, a major escalation of his attacks against President Trump's leadership on the COVID pandemic. Andrea Mitchell has the story.
Joe Biden today slamming President Trump's handling of the pandemic, accusing him of failing to protect the American people and frontline workers from the virus.
They don't make these sacrifices. You could ignore the science and turn responsible steps like wearing masks into a political statement. Fix the shortage of PPE for our healthcare workers before you tee off another round of golf.
And after the president said this,
Actually, I'm a wartime president. This is a war. It seems like our wartime president has surrendered.
Biden also saying if he's elected, his first call would be to Dr. Fauci.
I'll immediately reach out to Dr. Anthony Fauci to ask him to continue his incredible service to the country.
In his first news conference in 3 months, Biden also said he has not been tested for COVID because he has no symptoms. But when asked by Fox News if he has been tested for cognitive decline,
I've been tested and I'm constantly tested. Look, all I got to do is watch me, and I can hardly wait to compare my cognitive capability to the cognitive capability of the man I'm running against.
Biden said he will announce his running mate next month, a few weeks before he is nominated in Milwaukee. The Democratic convention will be largely virtual. Unlike the president, Biden is not holding any rallies and will not have a traditional convention because of the pandemic.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.